YouTube, what it do? It's your boy TWV coming back for another Monday Night Raw recap. This Monday Night Raw took us to Brussels, Belgium while we are on our European Road to WrestleMania tour. So like I said in the previous video, I think the next 3 weeks will be coming from various locations overseas, SmackDown and Raw. SmackDown has their regular start time because it's a time delay since they are on USA, so those will still be on at 8 p.m. in the US. Since Raw is on Netflix, those have earlier start times, like yesterday's start time was 3 p.m. This Monday's is 4 p.m. and I think they're going to bounce between 3 to 4 the next couple weeks. But with that being said, it's your boy TWV. Let's get into the review. To open the show, John Cena made his first appearance since his unexpected heel turn at the Elimination Chamber event, where he attacked Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. Entering to a mixed reaction with fans singing his theme song yet expressing palpable tension, Cena played with the audience's emotions by pretending to drop the microphone and leave multiple times. This tactic heightened the anticipation and underscored his newfound disdain for the crowd. Taking center stage, Cena unleashed a scathing promo marking a significant departure from his 24-year tenure as a beloved babyface. He accused the fans of subjecting him to years of bullying and ungratefulness, labeling their relationship as abusive and toxic. Cena expressed that despite his relentless efforts and numerous victories, the fans' constant criticism led him to his breaking point. The audience responded with loud boos and chants of Cena sucks, to which he retorted by calling them sons of bitches and stating that they had earned nothing. He dismissed both his detractors and supporters, referring to the former as jackoffs and the latter as pathetic. Cena declared he was neither nor a heel nor babyface, but a human being who had endured enough. Cena then shifted his focus to Cody Rhodes, dismissing him as the fans' new toy that they will eventually discard. This provoked Rhodes to confront Cena, leading to a tense face-off. Rhodes acknowledges the fans' mixed emotions to Cena over the years, but highlighted that they also gave him their best. He demanded that Cena address him as the WWE champion, rejecting the condescending kid label. Rhodes challenged Cena to show the old John Cena rather than this whiny bitch persona before exiting the ring, leaving Cena to absorb the crowd's boos. So this segment was cinema. It was like 30 minutes. It was long. It was extremely long, but John Cena was getting his shit off his chest, and then they just let it simmer. And as soon as he brought Cody Rhodes up, Cody Rhodes appeared. Cody Rhodes was straight to the point. He said, he basically asked John Cena, "Who are you? Like, who is this guy? Like, if this guy shows up to WrestleMania, I run through him, I dismantle him, I retire him early." So he's just like, yeah, go drop this whiny bitch somewhere and go find the hustle, loyalty, respect John Cena. That's the John Cena that I want to challenge. So it was a beautiful first promo interaction between them. Cody Rhodes looked really strong in it. I know next week, Cena's probably going to be able to, come back with a retort, and we're going to warm this up. So I'm just letting it cook. It was a beautiful opening segment. That being said, let's get to the next one. The next in-ring action showed Penta facing Ludwig Kaiser in a highly anticipated no-holds-barred match. This brutal encounter showcased both competitors' resilience and willingness to endure extreme punishment. From the onset, this match was intense, with both Penta and Kaiser utilizing the no-holds-barred stipulation to its fullest. The ring quickly became a battlefield littered with steel chairs and kendo sticks, each weapon added to the match's ferocity. Penta's aggressive style was on full display as he executed a Canadian destroyer, a move that electrified the audience. Not to be outdone, Kaiser demonstrated his technical prowess and resilience, countering several of Penta's high-flying maneuvers. The turning point came when Penta delivered a devastating Penta driver onto a steel chair, securing the pinfall victory. Following his hard-fought victory, Penta addressed the WWE Universe, declaring his intention to pursue the Intercontinental Championship. I loved everything about it. So Ludwig Kaiser is definitely like the MVP of this year. Like, he's just, it all is clicked this year. Like, once Gunther was telling him at the latter half of last year to get from behind his shadow and, make his own path, like, he took the ball and ran with it. And especially this feud with him and Penta, like, they're going all in every week, and I love everything about it. I do like that Penta is pushing that issue for the Intercontinental Championship. I definitely said that in the previous video. I think he should go after that, even if his brother Ray Phoenix does come to WWE. I think we wait to make them a tag team later on in the year. I do feel like Penta can be a single superstar in that Intercontinental United States Championship realm, depending on if they flip brands or whatever it may be. They also could be tag team champions automatically. Like, that's going to be too easy. That's going to be like a cakewalk when they get together. But Ludwig Kaiser is definitely on the cusp. And I feel like Ludwig Kaiser, if we do a multi-man match, I feel like we do Ludwig Kaiser, Penta, Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, because they've been teasing that, and Sheamus. Sheamus has to get in this match regardless. Like, Sheamus has to be in the match. I do feel like Sheamus should win the match at WrestleMania if they go the multi-man route. Sheamus has yet to come back to TV. I'm hoping Sheamus makes it to TV before WrestleMania. If not, we'll drop Sheamus and we'll make this a 4-way. Well, we still can make it a 5-way. We can make Finn Balor the 5th person, and him and Dom can get into it in some sort of way, and that kind of leads to the end of the Judgment Day. Yeah, it's a lot of options we got for this IC title match. Like, we have Ludwig Kaiser, even though they had a series last year with Braun Breaker and Sheamus. Penta's definitely aiming for it. Finn Balor's aiming for it. Dom has not said anything about it yet, but in the main event, we'll get to it. It was some moments where he, basically hinted that he was looking at the IC title as well. So there's a lot of people in the mix for it. I say go multi-man match. Just throw it in the pot, see what we get out of it. And with that being said, let's get to the next one. The next segment was a backstage segment featuring members of the Judgment Day faction, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez. This segment began with Morgan and Rodriguez wishing Balor luck for his upcoming Intercontinental Championship match against Braun Breaker. Dominic then entered, proposing that they recruit Penta into their group. The suggestion irritated Balor, as Penta had recently declared his intention to challenge for the Intercontinental title, which Balor was also eyeing. Balor accused Dominic of acting behind his back and labeled him as a snake before storming off, leaving tension among the group. So like I said, every week we're just building to the implosion of the Judgment Day. Either they break up as a whole, which I doubt will happen. What we'll really get is Finn Balor getting kicked out the group, because the rest of the group is on one page. Finn Balor's on a totally different page, and especially like the dynamic between Dom and Liv. Like last week when Dom told Finn he got him a championship match and he walked off, Liv Morgan asked him like, why did you get him a championship match instead of getting one for yourself? He's like, don't worry about it, I got it. So it's like, okay, like we're planting the seeds to basically kick Finn out the group, which it's about time to move on. Let's see if Dom could run as the leader of the group and see where that goes. I do like that direction. Finn needs to go try to get back in the main event and chase that one last title run, in my opinion. That would be really cool. If not this year, next year, he definitely should get one more world title run and see what Finn Balor really should have been able to do back in 2015, 2016, when he tore his tricep. And unfortunately had to drop the belt the next night when he became the inaugural Universal Champion. I like the development. Overall, this episode was just storyline building between every match and feud. So it was a really solid episode. The Brussels crowd made it 20 times better. They were just, whenever they do European shows, getting long-winded, like it's like a college atmosphere. Like, man, they're just passionate. And I love the passion that they have when they do go and do these overseas shows. I did see somebody on Twitter saying that they need to stop doing them. Yes, but no. Yes, because I do like them being in the US, but no, because like, everybody deserves to get to see wrestling live. And if your crowd's gonna be that loud and rowdy, you deserve it. The US could definitely take some notes from that, because when you're in the US, you get a bunch of what chants as an homage to Stone Cold Steve Austin. But we don't need that every time somebody's in a promo, the whole crowd's yelling what? Like, shut up and let them talk. But with that being said, let's get to the next one. The next in-ring action was Dakota Kai facing Ivy Now in a singles match. This bout showcased both competitors' athleticism and technical prowess, with Now's power moves countered by Kai's agility and striking ability. As the match progressed, external interference played a pivotal role. The Creed brothers attempted to disrupt the match in favor of Now, but their efforts were thwarted by Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio of Latino World Order, who intervened to neutralize the threat. This distraction allowed Kai to capitalize and secure the victory over Now. So this match was maybe like 5 minutes max. It was really fast. Got to the point though, Dakota Kai got her win back over Ivy Now after Ivy Now attacked her post-match after losing her Intercontinental Championship match against Lila Valkyria. Post-match, the LWO's involvement escalated tensions, leading to a brawl with American Made. Amid the chaos, a mysterious masked individual attacked members of the LWO. Basically, it's Chad Gable in a mask, but we're going to play into that, I guess, for a little while. It was straight to the point. Nothing spectacular. The LWO running in on the Creed brothers just led to a match later on in the show, but it was straight to the point. With that being said, let's get to the next one. The next segment was the Women's World Championship contract signing, which took a dramatic turn, possibly altering the landscape of the upcoming WrestleMania 41 match. The segment began with Raw General Manager Adam Pearce in the ring, accompanied by Women's World Champion Io Sky and the challenger Bianca Belair. Both competitors were set to formalize their title match for WrestleMania 41. Io Sky addressed the audience, asserting that neither Belair nor Rhea Ripley would disrespect her again, and confidently proclaimed that she would retain her championship after WrestleMania. As Sky and Belair signed a contract, the former champion Rhea Ripley made a surprise entrance. Ripley, visibly agitated, stormed the ring and confronted both women. Tensions escalated rapidly as Ripley headbutted Belair, causing her to collapse onto the table. She then delivered a devastating powerbomb to Sky, driving her onto Belair. Seizing the moment, Ripley took the contract and signed her name, effectively inserting herself into the title match at WrestleMania. And I love everything about this because we teased this literally at Elimination Chamber, and it was like, how do we get to the triple threat match with it making sense? So boom, you have Rhea lose the belt that Monday. Boom. Now it's like, okay, Bianca's the #1 contender, but Rhea Ripley in wrestling has her rematch clause. So without saying it, she used her rematch clause. She literally wrote her name on there like, all right, this shit a triple threat now. I like to see where the storyline plays out from here. Right now, it is not official, but everybody knows it's going to be official. Like, that match is going to be fire. I do not know who comes out on top in that match, which is the interesting thing, because you had Rhea hold the belt maybe a month and a half. Then you only have Io hold the belt for the same amount of time, maybe a month and a half. But then you don't want to waste Bianca's Elimination Chamber unless we have Jade cause Bianca to lose, because we come to find out Bianca is the one that really set up the attack on Jade and Naomi was taking a bullet for her. Like, that's the whole separate storyline that could get intertwined, and I'm really interested in seeing play out as well. If there is no Jade thing at all, then I do possibly see Bianca winning, because Bianca hasn't won a singles title, I want to say, since 2023, and I think she held it for maybe 5-10 minutes. It was like really quick, because I think that is the night Io Sky cashed in, actually. And I think this was this SummerSlam Detroit? I think this was SummerSlam Detroit when this happened. So yeah, it's been about two years. So yeah, definitely would like Bianca to win the belt. So with that being said, I loved everything about it. Let's get into the next one. The next in-ring action was Jey Uso versus Austin Theory. Jey Uso faced Austin Theory in the match, while brief carried significant implications for ongoing storylines. Prior to the match, a backstage segment showcased Jey Uso expressing his determination to overcome recent self-doubts and his intent to defeat Austin Theory. This segment also featured a tense confrontation between Jey and World Heavyweight Champion Gunther, which was swiftly interrupted by security to prevent escalation. As the match commenced, Austin Theory attempted to assert dominance by attacking Uso and taunting the audience. However, Jey quickly countered, evading Theory's offense and delivering a spear to secure a pinfall victory. The bout concluded in under a minute, emphasizing Jey's readiness and focus. Following his victory, Jey was confronted by Grayson Waller, who rushed into the ring but was met with a swift super kick from Uso. Subsequently, Gunther attacked Jey from behind, applying a sleeper hold. Demonstrating his resilience, Jey escaped the hold, seized Gunther's World Heavyweight Championship belt, and posed with it atop the turnbuckles before tossing it back to a visibly irate Gunther at ringside. Like I just said, short and sweet. Further the storyline. Next week, we have a tag team match with Jey Uso and the mystery partner versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I'll bet my bottom dollar it is Jimmy Uso. So we're going to have the Usos reunion so they can face Waller in Theory. I don't think nobody else will make sense, because who would Jey wrestle with besides his brother? Cody has his whole own thing going on. They haven't even interacted with each other since Jey basically said who he's going to face at WrestleMania. So it's only right that Jimmy shows up on Raw, had a Uso reunion, have a crazy little pop. This match, the tag match, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I guess, if that. I feel like it'd be just a cool Uso squash match real quick. But with that being said, let's get into the next one. So the next segment was Rhea Ripley backstage with Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce visibly frustrated about Rhea Ripley interrupting the championship contract signing, and Rhea Ripley basically demanding, like, she still deserves a shot at the title. And then that goes from her and Bianca Belair running into the scene, and they starting to brawl. The Sky runs into the scene and they start brawling. So it's just a fierce exchange between all three competitors. Rhea Ripley ended up getting the best of both of them because she slammed Bianca into like a box, like a equipment box, and then she threw Io Sky into the door of Adam Pearce's office, and the security ran in and she ended up like backing away from the scene. Like, so basically we cooking it up to make it make sense to get to the triple threat. I loved everything about it. It was short and sweet. Right to the point. And with that being said, let's get to the next one. The next match was the Creed brothers, Brutus and Julius Creed, facing the Latino World Order duo of Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee in a tag team match that delivered high octane action and set the stage for post-match intrigue. The bout commenced with Julius Creed and Dragon Lee locking up, with Lee utilizing his agility to counter Creed's power moves. Brutus Creed's interference allowed the brothers to gain control, isolating Lee from his partner. During the commercial break, the Creed brothers maintained dominance, employing strategic tags and punishing offense. Upon returning, Mysterio and Julius Creed entered the fray. Mysterio's resilience shown as he countered a powerbomb attempt with a DDT and delivered his signature satellite DDT. The LWO synergy was evident with Mysterio executing a diving hurricanrana, and Dragon Lee followed with a suicide dive onto Brutus Creed. The climax unfolded with Julius Creed attempting to thwart Mysterio's top rope maneuver. However, Mysterio countered, allowing Lee to hit a hurricanrana off the apron. Mysterio then executing a diving Tijeras, setting up for the 619. Mysterio springboard splash secured the pinfall victory for the LWO. As Lee and Mysterio celebrated, a mysterious luchador emerged, attacking both LWO members with precision. The assailant delivered a German suplex to Lee and a release German suplex to Mysterio, both onto Lee. A diving headbutt from the top rope concluded the assault. Security intervened, escorting the luchador from the ring. So like I said earlier in the previous match, in the Dakota Kai Ivy Now match, It's Chad Gable. Who else would it be? Like, he's doing all the Chad Gable's moves. So we're gonna get to either him getting unmasked or him taking the mask off and showing it's been him the whole time. He's finally, learned the dark arts of the Lucha Libre from wherever Dominic Mysterio told him to go. And then I guess we get I don't know who does he feud with. Does he feud with Ray? Does he feud with Dragon Lee? Or do we get another tag match, like a multi-man tag match? But then that's kind of weak. Like, this storyline is cool for Chad Gable, but it's weak overall in my opinion. I don't really care for it. It is what it is. But with that being said, let's get to the next one. The next in-ring segment was Seth Rollins. Basically, he was out there to hype the crowd up, had the crowd sing his song, and basically tell the crowd that, hey, he's going to SmackDown on Friday, and then he's going to be on Raw on Monday, because he understood why Roman Reigns came and got him back from what he did at the Royal Rumble. He's only upset that Roman Reigns did it while he was trying to annihilate CM Punk, so that furthers that tension with him and Punk and their frustration as well. He's also frustrated that, he teamed with Punk, things of that nature, he hates him. So it was really just building storyline for the next two episodes, the next episode of SmackDown and the next episode of Raw, because basically that's what they're going to get to as well. A triple threat match between Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. It's a layup. There's no other way to go. This is the only direction for all three of them. Biggest thing I'm always going to keep saying, the Paul Heyman favor. Where is the Paul Heyman favor going to come into play? Is this match, is Punk going to use this match as a number one contenders match, or whoever wins goes into the main event of the next night? That would be kind of ass in my opinion though, because I think the Cena Cody thing needs to be a standalone singles match. But I do like a triple threat number one contenders match. So boom, whoever wins the championship on night 2 at I don't even know if they call it WrestleMania Backlash. They don't. They just call it Backlash now. So yeah, at Backlash in May, whoever's the champ, whoever just won the number one contenders match in night 1, they will face each other. Pretty shitty to have a 1 month build, but these are some extraordinary superstars. They can make a 1 month build work. So I have no problem with it. Like I said, straight to the point. Seth Rollins came out and get a pop from the crowd, excite the crowd for the next 2 episodes, and it was cool with me. So with that being said, let's get to the next one. In the main event of the evening, Braun Breaker successfully defended his Intercontinental Championship against Finn Balor in a match that was both intense and pivotal for both competitors. The bout commenced with both athletes exchanging technical holds, showcasing their wrestling prowess. Finn Balor, known for his agility, attempted to gain the upper hand with high-flying maneuvers, while Braun Breaker relied on his strength and power moves. The contest saw several near falls, keeping the audience on the edge of their seats. Mid-match, Dominic Mysterio, a member of the Judgment Day, attempted to interfere, aiming to tilt the scales in Balor's favor. However, his interference inadvertently backfired, leading to a miscue that allowed Breaker to capitalize. This mistake proved costly for Balor as Breaker seized the opportunity to execute a decisive spear, securing a pinfall and retaining his title. Post-match, Penta intervened to assist Braun Breaker in fending off the Judgment Day, and the end of the show ended with Breaker and Penta both looking at each other in the ring, with Breaker hoisting his title up and Penta, acknowledging him like, hey, I'm coming for the title. So we planted those seeds. We've been planting those seeds for at least like a month now, so we're finally circling back around to it, because Penta and Braun Breaker stared each other down, I want to say sometime in February, so we're getting back to it. And like I said before, Finn Balor just lost the match. I feel like somehow he finds his way back into a multi-man match. Dominic Mysterio, same thing. Penta, Ludwig Kaiser, Sheamus. We can have a 6-way. Let's get crazy. 6-way, 5-way, 4-way, whatever way you want to make it. I'm really rooting for Sheamus to come back, so Sheamus can be a part of it. I do not know if Sheamus is injured or he's just taking time off. Shout out to Sheamus. Sheamus is a legend. But with that being said, it's your boy TWV checking out, and I'll catch you later on today for another edition of the 40 years of WrestleMania with TWV. I'll catch you in the next one tomorrow. Peace.